All right, I will count you down for the 30 seconds study period.
Also, we
Oh,
probably have to deafen, right? Just to make sure.
Yeah, but after the reveal, we definitely.
yeah, I'll
Yeah, yeah.
count you down to review, and then I'll count you down to gameplay start.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so 3, 2, 1, reveal. We are looking at yeah, nice little mix of games here. I don't know that we have many duplicates here. Looking over center tile, a camouflage escape with 3 out of 3 collectibles on 5 levels. Center tile is always important. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
So here we go, and we're seeing Flesh right off the bat, going straight to Valgrass. While Boardsofhannahda going over to Onion Delivery. A couple of interesting starting choices here. Valgrass gonna be let's see, Valgrass gold disc up in the top right, so Flesh going for a pretty quick gold disc up in the top right there. And you know, in an advantageous corner position for the board state. Yeah, I think this is a good first choice. Onion Delivery for Boardsofhannahda. They let's see, where is Onion Delivery on this board? I'm looking for it. Okay, over in the middle left there, like row 2. Hit 6 time boxes in 1 day and complete the day. Which it looks like they are going out of their way for some of those time boxes. Oop, just missing the ramp a little bit there and falling into the sludge, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. What they'll be looking to grab from that. Meanwhile, Flesh already onto stage 2 of the Valgrass run here. So plowing through this Valgrass pretty smooth and steady, but you know, Valgrass is a little bit volatile. All it takes is one bad, you know, like one bad hit, just stunning you into the spikes, and it's back to stage 1. Funny star block on the left there, but already 2/3 of the way through on this gold disc. Taking a little time to buy the Featherfoot upgrade there to reduce the strain on platforms. Give you a little bit more solid ground to stand on. Oh, and a nice star block right here for Flash, gonna help skip some of this out. And let's see, the Boardsofhannahda going and picking up another time box. Haven't been tracking how many boxes they've picked up, but I imagine they're well on their way here. They almost have enough deliveries to finish the first day, so you know, making a good headway on that. I'm having struggling with driving on the grass a bit here though. But there we go. That's the gold disc for Flesh, and that is also going to be progress towards the general goal for Flesh of over on the just left of center there. Collect 4 gold discs. So they are up to 1 on the golds there, and are moving over to Star Waspier. Probably looking to chase a top 3 leaderboard score, just downright from the center tile there. And we've got Boardsofhannahda finishing. Oh no, okay, just going for UFO Easter eggs, which yeah, so that is one right there. Let me see, UFOs. Okay, yeah. Flesh is just blitzing out the Easter egg UFOs. So yeah, just gonna be idling here at the start. As we wait for the UFO to show up in the bottom little display. It takes about 30 seconds. Yeah, so going for some of the faster UFOs here. There we go. Picking up UFO number 2 and going to the onion delivery for UFO number 3 by the looks of it, which will secure that top tile there. Actually haven't noticed if Boardsofhannahda has seen the Easter egg UFO in their run, but it's not going to matter because yeah, Flesh is heading straight for that UFO, and we are going to see that UFO, just turn right here. Oh, yep, there we go. And that's 3 Easter egg UFOs. Okay, we do have deliver 10 onions in a single day up at the top. So, okay, no, Boardsofhannahda not going for that. It looks like Flesh is gonna stick around in onion delivery. Honestly, if the goal is to take this deliver 10 onions in a single day, I would have reset after spawning the UFO. Because you're putting yourself at a pretty heavy disadvantage, like, just driving out of your way to somewhere where there isn't delivery for, like, 20 seconds. Getting 10 onions on this first day is gonna be tricky with that little bit of a handicap. Oh, wait, okay, Boardsofhannahda is back in onion delivery. Excuse me. I think has noticed the threat of that top row bingo and is trying to cut that off, but, yeah, it looks like Flesh is going to just end this day. No, okay, Flesh is gonna go for the 10 onions on this day. Does have a good amount of time, but is getting low on health. So, gotta be careful. But gets up to full speed and is going to be regenerating some health, so looking pretty good. Yeah, just reminder, you do not need to finish the day on this goal. You just need to get the delivery count up to 10, and it looks like Flesh is going to have the time to do so. Boardsofhannahda not too far behind. Yeah, the misstep from Boardsofhannahda to leave onion delivery without going up to 10 onions might come back to bite them. That said, okay, Flesh ran against the wall there a little bit. 8 onions for Boardsofhannahda, 9 for Flesh. Can he make it to this big machines in time? You gotta go drive across this dirt a little bit. 3 seconds left, but makes it! And that is gonna be 10 onions delivered in a single day. Oh, and Boardsofhannahda, I think, took an unfortunate death. Oh. And Flesh is changing colors, somehow. They are somehow red now. By God, it's... we have a third red racer entering the ring, sniping deliver 10 onions in a single day from both racers. What a twist. And yeah, this is looking like potentially a very fast race here. Might be one of the fastest ones we've ever seen if Flesh is able to just rush this top row. Because Boardsofhannahda is still in onion delivery, I think isn't looking at the card. Oh, but Flesh is going over to Big Bell Race. Going for the gold disc here? It's an interesting maneuver here. Like, very much threatening a bingo, but is just going to leave that 3 in a row hanging off of the top. Just what I was saying, like, that I think if Flesh just rushes that top line, this match could be over, could have been over within 15 minutes. Complete a wave with $1,000 stakes without using bombs is not too bad in Overbold. It'll take a couple of minutes. Lords of Disconia first mission will, I think, is the longest goal in that top row, but the first mission is, of course, the most simplistic. It is just a single straight path, straight line map, where you will just have 2 fights. If things go well, you just win the first fight. Then you have to do one more fight to take out the reinforcements, and that's it. Boardsofhannahda is still in onion delivery. I'm not sure to what end. Okay, maybe just looked at the bingo card and realized that they don't really have a good reason to stick around here. Okay, and is gonna leave and probably head over to... Oh, it's gonna head over to Big Bell Race? Okay, no. Good. I was really worried. Okay. Boardsofhannahda is gonna take this Lords of Disconia first mission square. I like this angle. It blocks the threatened bingo on the top row and starts going for the left column. That said, Flesh is already in Big Bell Race, so that column is going to get blocked, but Boardsofhannahda does not know that. Again, you know, important to note for anyone not familiar with UFO 50 bingo, racers are not allowed to look at each other's streams. You just kind of gotta intuit what the other player might be doing, just based on the state of the board. So we've got Flesh just kind of pushing his way through Big Bell Race. I don't think there's any synergies beyond. Yeah, it's there's the Big Bell Gold Race gold disc on the left, and that does synergize with the tile for getting 4 discs for gold disc total. Ooh, rough death at the start of stage 3 here. I think stage 3 is the hardest course in Big Bell Race. There is a goal, I believe it's still in the pool, to win 3 races after giving all of your opponents a 1-lap head start. This is the one course where I find it is not consistently doable. You kind of got to get a little bit lucky. The course is so simplistic and the track's so narrow that it's really difficult to take more optimal lines than the AI. You can, but it's not by nearly as much as most of the other courses. So catching up after a lap deficit is pretty hard to do. And were there any reason to care about cherry discs on this board? This might be trouble for Flesh, but as it is, it's just going to be the time loss of a single lap. So no big deal. You know, Flesh doesn't need the cherry disc, doesn't need to get the first place on every course here for the cherry disc on Big Bell Race. Yeah, just barely missing the first place there. The white UFO going crossing the finish line just a split second sooner. And okay, yeah, Flesh gonna be abusing the checkpoint system here. So something about Big Bell Race, the way it works is there are 2 hidden checkpoints on every track, and it's looking for that after you start a lap that you pass those 2 hidden checkpoints in order, and then the finish line again. This system does mean that there is no way to set up a figure 8 track that isn't in some way cuttable. It's not enough checks to guard against that. So the 2 checkpoints here are this vertical stripe under this right bump and the vertical stripe under the left bump. So you just touch that stripe, go to the left, go underneath, and go up. And gives you a huge edge over the AI in this course. It makes this course very, very quick if you use that. Meanwhile, Boardsofhannahda currently going through the first scenario here, getting their knight taken out by Blue's knight here, but the AI, I believe, is deliberately kind of just plays a little bit dumb at this difficulty level. Nice double hit in the corner on that knight. I think that knight is the only thing the AI has on the board at this point, so Boardsofhannahda. Oh, okay, now there is one more knight over here, but it is stunned and on low health. And this knight's just going to pull a hit and run on this ogre. But, yeah, going to be a pretty quick cleanup here. Going to use the ogre to finish off this knight. One more turn should finish out this battle. I think this is the first battle in the scenario. There will be another battle to deal with the reinforcements waves. Ideally, you just win that battle without having to go get reinforcements yourself. Otherwise, this goal gets drawn out quite a bit. But yeah, 2 HP left on that, or 1 HP, excuse me, left on that knight. So just 1 hit from this champion is going to do it. And there we go. Battle is won for Boardsofhannahda. And we move on to... Yeah, we move back. Blue's going to get their reinforcements, going to spend their 5 gold to get 1 additional knight. But with the player having initiative here, this battle should be pretty winnable. And not the best position on this champion, though. And we're seeing again here over on Big Bell Race, we're seeing the abuse of the checkpoint system. Since this is a figure 8 track, again, there's no way to set up checkpoints in figure 8s that don't allow some kind of cut. So it's just that horizontal bar between the 2 figure 8 centerpieces, and then the vertical bar above the one on the right. You just touch those in order. You past the finish line in reverse, and yeah, easy peasy. Finish the race 3 laps ahead of your opponent. And yeah, Flesh is already looking to wrap up this this Big Bell race pretty soon. Oh, okay. Barely able to squeeze through on 1 HP. The first lap on course 7 can be pretty rough, but since the AI doesn't take this shortcut between those 2 blocks, it's very easy to stay ahead of the pack once you are able to survive 1 pass through. Boardsofhannahda keeping that champion extremely healthy, and that knight gets KO'd. Yeah, this battle is almost done. Just 2 knights here. There's this knight kind of in the back. Gonna be doing a little bit of damage, knocking these 2 discs against each other. But yeah, these are just basic knights. At the end of the day, they're not the most versatile or powerful units. Boardsofhannahda just opting to spend the turn healing the ogre. I don't like that. That kind of just prolongs the battle for not much gain here. In fact, I think there was a pretty good chance that the AI manages to hit a shot to bounce that ogre into that knight, and then the ogre just dies anyway. Yeah, when you're in a bingo race, I think just playing through the first scenario in Disconia, I think the play is to play more aggressively, just aim to end the fights as fast as possible. Looks like Flesh not electing to take the cut on this track. You can save a little bit of time. This is the closest the figure 8 tracks get to enforcing their intended route. The 2 checkpoints are pretty deep in on the right side, but you can still treat it as a circular track, just going counterclockwise. You don't need to go through that center drop down at all for the figure 8. You know, it saves you some vertical travel time to skip that. And knocked into the bomb fire there, but not going to be too much trouble. 2 laps away from securing this Big Bell race gold disc. And Boardsofhannahda is about to kill off this knight. That is the last thing in the fight, so Boardsofhannahda will be taking this top left tile as soon as the blue player tries to initiate the fight. There we go. Win the first mission, done. But yeah, unfortunately, that column that column play they were maybe going for is now blocked thanks to that gold disc pickup, and we're seeing Campanella for Flesh177 here. Campanella over on the right side near the bottom right corner, have 20 lives. A little bit of an undertaking. Got to make sure you're not taking unnecessary deaths. Got to make sure you're racking up as much points as possible. You will need to, assuming no deaths, you will need to secure a total of 17,000 points. This does have the synergy, though, of that, you know, getting 20 lives does require you get a lot of points. Getting a lot of points will get you progress towards that top 3 score on 2 arcade leaderboards. So, yeah, it could be a synergy play we're looking at from Flesh if they are keeping an eye out on the whole board. And we've got Pin Golf for Boardsofhannahda. Pin Golf is down there, just in the down left of center. Destroy 10 orange obstacles. I imagine they're not looking to do anything beyond that. We're probably not looking for a gold disc or anything here. If I'm in Boardsofhannahda's position, I see that my opponent has already lit up 2 gold disc goals, and I have none. I'm just giving up that collect 4 gold discs. You know, that I'm just leaving that for dead here. So, the red square, that's a bug. It's actually Flesh's square. He disconnected. He lost connection for a bit, and it just gave him a red square for some reason when he checked it. So don't worry about it. It is in fact Flesh's. Flesh is up 4 points to 2. Boardsofhannahda is making quick work of these orange obstacles, so we'll be lighting up that pin golf square. This is kind of looking like potentially we're going to be seeing a majority victory condition here rather than a bingo. Flesh lined up for a pretty early bingo threat, but Boards of Hannahda cutting it off with that Lords of Disconia win. And both of them not really going for anything that offers a ton of synergy, like a ton of lineups with their existing tiles. There we go, another orange obstacle out of the way. Yeah, Boards of Hannahda is really taking a little while to, a lot of strokes to get through these orange obstacles, so definitely wouldn't be able to really go for the gold disc here, even if they want to. They're way down on the leaderboards. I believe these ones right here will mark 10 total when they take these out. So we'll see where Boards of Hannahda goes next. Or okay, maybe not. I'm pretty sure that those two mark the 10th orange obstacles, but there's a chance they I may be misremembering, or they may have missed one earlier on. Oop, trying to hit the cannonball and missing there. Struggling to hit this cannonball. Of course, you know, whenever I don't want to get hit by the cannonball, I'm getting hit by it all the time, but now that it comes to... Okay, there we go. 10 orange obstacles. Marked off. Bringing up the square total 3-4 for Boards of Hannahda. As Flesh starts World 2. That is a boss kill as well. For the defeat 10 bosses in near the top right. It could be that Flesh is looking for a bingo threat on that right column. Boards of Hannahda moving over to Magic Garden. I wonder what for. Is this a leaderboard plague? I don't see Magic Garden anywhere on this card. So I feel like this has to either be like a leaderboard or a gold disc play. Okay, they checked the leaderboard. Okay, so this is a leaderboard play, which yeah, I mean I think Flesh is kind of here in Campanella for the 20 lives and top 3 scores on leaderboards synergy. So there's a chance Boards of Hannahda here could snipe that out and kind of render some of Flesh's work here invalid. But you know, Flesh is still going to get that 20 lives in Campanella. They're very close right now. Just need to slash a couple more crystals, and that will put them at 20 lives. Okay, just going to leave here. But 300 more points, as long as they don't take another death. So, yeah, just going to grab this coffee, and that should do it. And then from there, if they want to enter the leaderboards, they just need to die. And it looks like oh, okay. Taking a death, but going to continue on. Oh, okay, no. Going to just be taking the 20 deaths here to get onto the leaderboards. I don't remember what the leaderboards are, scores are, but I think this is high enough to be top 3. I would honestly, like, this is pretty close to the end of the world of World 2 for Flesh. I would consider just finishing out the world to make progress on defeat 10 bosses. Okay, looks like Boards of Hannahda stacking up some potion effects here. Potentially going to be pushing a lot of points. Okay, so yeah, 15k is enough for top 3. So that is going to be +1. And we're going over to Rakshasa here. Rakshasa has a goal to beat the first stage and also has an arcade leaderboard. So yeah, Flesh could double up here. Okay, and yeah, there's a top 3 for Boards of Hannahda. So they are both on one leaderboard here. And it looks like Boards of Hannahda is going to go over to Seaside Drive. Destroy the UFO in Stage 3. Also checking the leaderboards here. This is a quite time-consuming goal. The UFO takes about 7 minutes to get to. And it should not take Flesh that long to beat stage 1 and get their score up to the point where it's top 3. So I think, unfortunately, Boards of Hannahda not going for a faster leaderboard entry here, which is understandable. There's the synergy with Seaside Drive. You know, you definitely, like, you see that synergy, you kind of want to go for it. But there are some faster leaderboards which would have enabled them to snipe this this leaderboard tile from Flesh, but unfortunately, I think it's going to be Flesh taking both the Rakshasa beat the first stage and the leaderboard tile, unless things go really wrong for him. It is Rakshasa. Rakshasa is a very tough game with very stiff controls. Yeah, just like dealing with these bees can be a real pain in the butt. So, you know, there's a lot that can still happen. They haven't been doing a whole lot in terms of getting extra points here either. So, like, they're just kind of plodding along here. We'll see how fast they can get up to that necessary point threshold. I actually didn't catch. I think they checked the leaderboard. I didn't see how many points they need exactly to get there. Oh, we've got a reset from Boards of Hannahda. I didn't see what happened, but that's really not what you want to be having to do here. That was a pretty hefty chunk of time wasted there on that with that reset. Okay, and this is going to be boss kill number 2 for Flesh here. Okay, no, they're not sticking around for the leaderboards. Are they? I think they're. Oh, they're going for Warp Tank. They are pushing for the bingo on the right column. I kind of, like, after when Flesh didn't go for that top row bingo, I kind of figured they were just playing for majority, but no, they are going for the bingo threat. And they have a huge boss count advantage, 2-0 right now. This looks like potentially the beginning of the end. Boards of Hannahda will be putting a couple bosses on the board in this Seaside Drive run, but yeah, Seaside Drive, it's a big auto-scroller shmup. It takes some time to get through all of this. So Crust Sector coming in for Flesh here. Just a quick little tip here for anyone watching. It is faster to reset the game than to watch that level unlock cutscene play out. It's only a couple of seconds, but sometimes bingo games are decided by just a couple of seconds. That said, I don't think this is looking like it's going to be the case. Flesh looking very much in the driver's seat here, despite Boards of Hannahda being in the car right now. Boards of Hannahda about to take out the blimp here. And that will be boss kill number 1 for Boards of Hannahda. So they're at least getting on the board here. But yeah, Flesh about to finish the 3 hub warp tank levels. Just got Piston Sector here. A little bit of an inefficient route here from Flesh, but we'll get there nonetheless. Yeah, I guess Boards of Hannahda probably took a death, and that's why we saw the reset. I think they're wanting a little bit of safety with a bonus game for some extra lives, which is fair. You know, stage 3 in Seaside Drive is a little deep in. Plus, the bonus games give a ton of points for progress towards those arcade leaderboards. And there we go. That's the 3 hub levels done for Flesh, and now Flesh is pushing for this bingo. We're moving over to Star Waspier. This does give a fair little pile of pretty quick boss kills. Could also be a second arcade leaderboard for him if he racks up a decent amount of points. And yeah, looks like he is chasing some multiplier builds, so yeah, going for multiplier ups instead of going for, you know, the GGG for the extra little firepower. Just wants to get the score boosted. And we are seeing shmup versus shmup right now. Okay, Flesh there accidentally taking up a G, so we will see one of the familiars come out here. And back into building multiplier here. Oh yeah, I never updated the gold count. Not that I think this this gold disc is going to the 4 gold disc tile is going to come into play here. That is +1 boss kill for Flesh, bringing the boss kill count up to 3-1. A 2 boss kill advantage. You know, again, we are looking at 2 races currently in auto scroller shmups, so this is going to, you know, we're going to see steady growth from both players on that front. But that said, I think Star Waspier's bosses are much faster and more frequent than, ooh, a misspelling from Flesh. They're going to kill the multiplier. But, yeah, we are going to see, I think the boss count will increase for Flesh more quickly than it will for Boardsofhannahda. Boardsofhannahda on the stage 2 boss for Seaside Drive here. The pile of orbs. Always can be a little tricky. Got to make sure you're keeping those things airborne. And okay, there we go. That's another boss kill for Boardsofhannahda, bringing it up to 3-2. But there's another boss kill for Flesh, going at 4-2. And yeah, like I said, I think the stages in Star Waspier are much shorter than the stages in Seaside Drive. So Boardsofhannahda is gonna have some trouble here. Okay, and yeah, Flesh is just going for a death now that they've broken 100,000, which is the amount needed for the leaderboards. So we are going to see that leaderboard tile get marked off. Could serve as a bit of a distraction for what Flesh's actual goal is. Flesh is going to go into Seaside Drive as well. I don't know if they're wanting to destroy the UFO. Unfortunately, they're going to get sniped on that, but they will be able to get some boss kills here. I don't think Seaside Drive is the play if you're just looking to rack up bosses as quickly as possible, but they do come at a steady pace. Hard to say. I'm actually not sure what the best boss kills are to go for exactly if your goal is explicitly just a boss clear rush. Kinda is quite a few bosses, though. So I think we are still a ways off from the end of this race, because, yeah, 6 more needed for Flesh. Yeah, Boardsofhannahda now on stage 3, a good deal through it, so the UFO, I think, should be showing up after, like, I think a little bit after this wave here, if I'm not mistaken, if I didn't already miss it. Well, presumably if they'd already fought it. Okay, there it is. Presumably if they'd already fought it, they would have marked it off. And there we go. UFO goes down. So I think in Boardsofhannahda's seat here, I think the play is probably to kill the stage 3 boss to make progress on defeating 10 bosses and then dip out. Go to a game where you can get bosses a little bit more quickly, a little bit more regularly. Yeah, like Vanger. You could just stick it out, though. Get the 4th boss kill and the gold disc towards the collect 4 gold discs. But as I said already, like, it's already kind of face up that Flesh already has obtained a couple of gold discs. So you know he's got an advantage there, since, you know, you have none. But, yeah, Boardsofhannahda kind of slipping further and further behind here. 4 tiles to 8, with a bingo being threatened. But here comes the boss, the stage 3 boss, but there's another boss kill for Flesh, who is just going to immediately leave. perhaps was the going there with Seaside Diamond, but is going to Rock on Island to clear 3 main levels. Okay, no, gonna dip. I was about to say that there's not a readily available boss there. I believe only the I want to say only the end game bosses. You know, the four whatever they're called. I'm drawing a blank. I think they're the only things that are considered a boss by the bingo rules. Looks like we are going to going to Caramel for some boss kills here. Caramel's not bad. Emperors, thank you. But there's another boss kill for Boards of Hannahda. Okay, Boards of Hannahda going to Cyber Owls. This is a great choice for some fast boss kills. Much faster than Flesh's choice here, actually. But Flesh is going to synergize with there is Beat the Egg down in the bottom there, so that is going to be another tile filled out while they continue to make steady progress on these 10 boss kills. Even if Flesh gets blocked on this bingo, they are just sweeping up so many quick little tiles here. They are well on their way to a majority victory. That said, they do have to watch out for if Boards of Hannahda does sneak away with this defeat 10 bosses, that second row from the top is uncontested. Might be why they briefly considered going into Rock on Island just to block that row. I believe, that the Rock on Island clear 3 main levels tile is kind of a linchpin here. That tile is the tile that Boards of Hannahda needs for both of their remaining potential bingos. If Flesh takes Rock on Island, then I think that's Boards of Hannahda's only win condition out of the window at this point. So I think it's not a bad idea for Flesh to go there if they want to play more defensively. But I think, the play is just to keep going for just sweeping up these tiles, getting the bosses. You potentially get the instant win, but you're also pushing to a strong majority. And we're coming up on the egg boss here, as Boards of Hannahda takes out another boss here. As soon as Maniac goes down here, that'll be another boss kill for Boards of Hannahda. Bring them up to 4. All right. Yep, there's another boss down for Boards of Hannahda, and it looks like they're going to stay here and just keep blitzing out bosses here, which will allow them, if they can keep this pace up, I think this might allow them to catch up to Flesh's boss kill count. Flesh about to beat the egg here, though. Having a pretty smooth fight. Yeah, just snapping that camera non-stop. Picking up the caramel egg tile and going up to 6 boss kills. Going back into Campanella. I guess gonna take a couple more bosses here. Campanella is a pretty fast game, and yeah, especially if you take these warps, you'll get to new bosses pretty quickly. But yeah, having already killed the stage A boss, that's not gonna count again. Yeah, as per bingo rules, you can't just kill the same boss 10 times. It does have to be 10 unique bosses. Boards of Hannahda kind of struggling a little bit in the Chicago stage, getting low on health here. But since they did do the Congo stage first, they do have some lives racked up, so can't afford a death or 2. So they'll be just fine. Only thing they got to worry about is how much time deaths will cost them. Kind of struggling to get this jump off. There we go. Approaching the elevator sequence in the Chicago stage, which will lead to another boss kill. Once they defeat Pyrat. We'll be grabbing the wall dim sum here. As a Midwesterner, I can confirm that we hide all of our dim sum in brick walls and abandoned construction projects. Just go punch him. You'll find some delicious food. Also, Zelo, thank you for the raid. Yeah, just something. A quick heads up. Zelo did get a descent run into the Games on Quick hotfix show Crosshair coming up in about a week and a half, I think, or just a couple weeks. I will be doing some commentary for that, so keep an eye out for that. Next Wednesday, okay. Yeah, I had to look at what day it is. Like I don't know how calendars work. Sorry. Is the building even a building if it doesn't have walled inside? Exactly. You understand. Flesh is rapidly closing in on this Stage B boss here, though, as they fly through Campanella. I wonder if they're just going to play through the entirety of Campanella, make progress on gold discs and on bosses. Campanella's a pretty good boss rush game. If you play the game optimally, I don't think it even takes 10 minutes, and it's 5 bosses to fight through. And yeah, Boardsofhannahda just getting in Pyrat's face and just mashing that punch button. It's kind of the way to go. Most of his projectiles can be canceled out with attacks. And there is a 5th boss for Boardsofhannahda. But yeah, unfortunately, the problem here is that Flesh has such a strong majority on the tiles here. Like, even if Hannahda gets this block, like, Flesh has just been able to synergize the goals so well, so efficiently, that he's been making so much progress across the board as he goes for these longer-term general goals. Like, Hannahda is just in a super disadvantageous position here. Flesh is purple. The red tile was a bug caused by a brief disconnection. The red tile is also Flesh. I do have the players' borders color-coded to match whatever bingo colors they might have. Okay, and Boardsofhannahda getting a little bit low on health here. But, again, has been doing plenty of rounds here. Oh, death by traffic cone. Flesh gonna spend a little time in this bonus game just to get some safety lives. I think that's fair. Did I update Flesh's boss kill counter when they beat the Stage B boss? I'm finding myself second guessing if I tracked that properly. Yeah, flip the switch, take an intentional death to get back to the exit. And there's a warp in this tile. Ooh, that death I think is going to mean that Flesh is going to miss this warp. Warps in Campanella only last for a little while. Yep, it's gone. If you don't make your way to it quickly, then it does fade out. There's a shorter route you can take to get to that warp. Those decaying bricks, you can fly right through them, and it's a little bit quicker. Yeah, if Flesh Stage B boss was not counted, thank you. So 7 then. But yeah, Flesh is low on lives. Flesh could lose a lot of ground on the race for 10 bosses if he were to take a game over here. And, Stage C is not trivial. It can be pretty tricky, so deaths are definitely, definitely potentially in the cards. But does make it to the boss. 2 lives. Pretty comfortable position here. This boss is usually not too hard. The double Ferris wheel here. You gotta alternate back and forth. And Road Toad is down for Boards of Hannahda, going up to 6 bosses. Is going to leave from here, not going to fight Hakoon on the Gwyn mission. And, ooh, going over to Star Waspier. Star Waspier, as I was commenting before, it goes through bosses pretty quickly. That said, yep, there is the stage C boss done for Flesh. If Flesh just finishes this out, goes all the way to the Campanella Gold Disc, they will get both their 3rd Gold Disc and 10 bosses. That said, Flesh's life count still not looking the firmest here. 4 lives. If you're really wanting to go full speed ahead, there's a couple of intentional deaths you'll want to take to save time on a few stages. But we might see a little bit more safe play from Flesh. You absolutely don't want to game over at this stage of this run. Yeah, we are seeing some time taken to get some extra points for a few safety lives. I think that is a perfectly reasonable play. And okay, first stage boss here, first Star Waspier coming in. And that is going to be +1 boss kill for Boards of Hannahda. But Flesh is on track to pick up another one very shortly. We are on stage D9. There is a boss coming up after this level. And there we go. Stage D boss for Flesh. This will be boss kill number 9 when it comes in. Boards of Hannahda not too far off from their 8th boss kill. But Flesh has been maintaining this 2 boss kill advantage this entire race. Well, a little bit of a misstep from Flesh there, taking a death, but that is the stage G boss defeated. Flesh is 1 boss away from victory on this bingo board. Boards of Hannahda about to be 2 bosses away as soon as this boss gets taken down. There we go. That's +1. And Boards of Hannahda not even gonna try to go to the stage 3 boss. Stage 3 is a little bit longer winded. Going over to Mini and Max. Let's see, what options for bosses are in Mini and Max? What's considered a Gearface, the Cockroach, and the Water Bear? Well, if Boards of Hannahda knows how to get to the Water Bear and the Cockroach efficiently, they might be able to put up a fight here. But Flesh is rapidly closing in on the end of this run here. Just a few stages left for Flesh. That said, the final boss of Campanella can be a little bit trolly. It's very RNG dependent. Gotta just wait for it to spit out enough blue balls to slap back. The classic, Link to the Past Aghanim fight corollary there. Okay, grabbing the shrink potion here. Though I believe the Water Bear is pretty close by to this position, but yeah, stage E7 for Flesh here. This Campanella run is rapidly closing in on its conclusion, and once it reaches it, that's gonna be it. Okay, Boards of Hannahda gonna be grabbing Dynamite. don't believe you need to step outside to grow back up. I believe you can grow inside. But yeah, here's the last boss for this race. And it looks like... Oh, missed on the dynamite! Oh, that's so unfortunate. Boardsofhannahda was in pretty good position to at least even this boss kill count up 9-9, but it looks like... Oh, okay. Oh! Flesh, gotta be careful! That's a couple of quick deaths from Flesh here. They are down to 3 lives. Oh! And hitting the floor there. This isn't Campanella 2, you can't land. Flesh has got to be careful here. This life count is getting quite low. That's 1 life left for Flesh. We could see a very dramatic reversal here if Flesh can't lock in on this final boss fight here. All right, Boardsofhannahda gets the dynamite hit, gets the kill on the water bear, evens the boss kill count up to 9-9, is going to leave Minion Max. Needs 1 more boss kill before Flesh can get this kill, which, I mean, it's down to Boardsofhannahda needs Flesh to game over to this boss. That's the only way left here. They're gonna go for Campanella 3, but the boss is down, and that is 10 bosses for Flesh. And that's gonna be a bingo. Yo, GG.
GG's.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Did I snap you on that onion delivery thing? Or did you not
Yeah.
see that?
Well, I should have done it in the same time as I did the 6-9 boxes, but I only saw it until after I exited, and then
Oh, yeah.
I choked,
had
and
that
then
a
it was
lot.
bad. Yeah. So,
Yeah, it was really unfortunate.
yeah.
It's good to be able to spot those you know, those when there's multiple games in one multiple goals in one game, but it can be pretty easy to miss. 30 seconds is not a lot of time to process that bingo card.
By the way, this card is like nuts. What is this? Valgriss Gold Alpha Trilogy, and then like 2 other gold discs, and then collect 4 gold discs. Like, this is some late game combo potential.
Yeah.
Did you start Onion Delivery, or did you also start Valgriss? Because I had a pretty decent run.
I always start Onion Delivery if it's available.
I was really surprised, Flash, to see you claim those top 3 tiles in the row, in the top row, and then not go for the bingo, where you just kind of... Was the plan just to like force Boardsofhannahda to just waste time on Lords of Disconia?
The plan was, I'm like not super confident with the overbold goal, so I rather would like play defense and just like go for overall points. If I force them to go like Lord of Disconia or overbold, that's like already a win for me, because I know how hard it can throw you off when you all of a sudden have to play defense. So I just kept on playing like getting more points on the board.
I would like to point out my Disconia gameplay is the best I've ever done it.
Nice.
it went so well for some reason.
But if the overbold goal would be like, I don't know, the Campanella 20 lives, for example, then I would have like tried to go for the first row, like 100%. But with that overbold goal, I know I can fail that very easily, and I would just like, there's so many other easy goals on this board still, and like good combo potential with 10 bosses. It's like,
Yeah. Well, basically, as soon as you kind of claims that those first 3 squares at the top, it was kind of over because I had to spend time in Disconia, and you just got to kind of run all the rest of the easy goals, and
Yeah,
then
that was
you
my
got
plan.
you got the top 3 just before I did. So yeah,
Oh
unfortunately.
yeah, I was really surprised. So I did like Campanella because I comboed that with the 20 lives,
Yeah,
and I did Star Whisper, and I did that like I did Star Whisper for top 3 like multiple times before,
yeah,
and I just managed to like I died at some point and lost like my multiplier, so I was worried if I would get it even in stage 2 and
yeah.
or not. But on the stage 2 boss kill, I got like exactly 100,080 something,
Yeah.
so that's like top 3.
No, I went to Seaside Drive for the second goal, but I think because if I had gone to Star Whisper first, because I did it anyway for the bosses, then I could have gotten the top 3 a lot faster, gets 2 bosses, and I mean you still would have won, but it wouldn't have been
The
over.
thing is, because you claim Seaside Drive, like I was in Seaside Drive already. My plan was
Yeah.
to like do Seaside Drive at least to stage 3 and also kill that boss and then like figure
Yeah.
out other bosses. But you claimed that, so I pivoted into, I don't know where I pivoted into, but then I realized I should just beat the caramel one stage to get one boss kill from there because I
Yeah, no,
beat the Seaside
that
one
was
stage, and then I can do all of Campanella to get my
Yeah.
10 boss kills.
no, that was the caramel stage I should have gone for as well. Like that was an easy combo, but I didn't really. I always forget the egg is a boss for some reason.
No.
Yeah, I really liked the decision to finish off with just sweeping up the Campanella bosses, because that's also progress towards finishing up 4 gold discs for the
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
general
And
title. Like,
it's like,
if you get sniped and you don't get the 10 bosses, like, well, hey,
yeah,
you're already on
exactly.
you already have a huge decisive like tile count advantage. Yeah, I kind of figured that like there was a world to me where Hanada manages to snipe the 10 bosses and then they're threatening a bingo on the second row from the top.
Yeah.
Would you have felt confident going for the Rock on Island and Golfaria goals?
Golfaria, I don't know exactly where they are, but I could have managed it. Rock on Island, I would never choose to go for unless
Oh,
I
good.
had to.
The thing was, I don't know when exactly, like when I was in the middle of like the top 3 leaderboards or like in Warp Tank, at that point I was like
should stop the timer.
considering, or like, no, after you did Seaside Drive, I was like,
Yeah.
should I really go for 10 boss kills? Like, should I thread the needle there? Or should I just go for this like quote unquote safe play and just beat 3 Rock on Island levels? Because I did that like the past 2 days. I did this like 2 times already, so
Yeah.
I'm really confident in that. But then I figured, what Spoody already said, I do Campanella 1 because that's my comfort game. It's
Yeah.
like a game I speedrun a little bit. I get like my boss kills there. If you snipe me on boss kills, I have like 3 gold discs already, so I can
Yeah.
just pick
No,
up Overbolt gold or Quibble Race gold and have like collect 4 gold discs, and then I can
Yeah.
figure out if I need to block like Rock on Island.
Looks like there were a little
You
bit
were
of
in
nerves
a-
going on though for your comfort game. That last boss was very
Yeah,
dicey.
dude, I was looking at the boss so hard that I kept diving into the corner, and I have to admit the last boss is like probably my weakest point in the speedrun, because I don't know, it's so random where the eggs are thrown and how to like bounce them back, and it's a mess. It's like also at the very end, I need to install that mod where you can practice individual levels to just practice a boss fight, I think. But yeah, I was looking at the boss and didn't see that I dived into the ground 3 times.
But when it comes to like nerves on comfort games, I messed up my onion delivery, and that pains me. Because I should have gotten 10 onions, and then I don't even know what happened.
The funny thing is, I think when I got to my last station, which was like Big Machine, I had like 3 seconds left, and I was like, am I going to make this or not? It was very like close on that. So yeah, I'm happy that I got that, because otherwise you would have not like needed to do a lot of Disconia, and this
Yeah,
would have
and
played out
that's
very
when it all went
badly.
wrong.
Also, what happened with that red square? So I hit the button on the side of my mouse by accident, which like goes one step back in the browser history. Like you click the backwards arrow, and
Yeah.
then I was like outside of the lobby, and I was like, hello, this is not good. I pressed the forward arrow, and then I was in a lobby, but just with my name and nobody else. So I just spam clicked that goal to hopefully get it. And then I had to rejoin the entire lobby through Discord,
I
which
was
like probably wasted like 20 seconds or something.
I
It
was
was
having a
very,
great
very
time
messy.
with that red tile. You know, oh, the third wrestler has jumped into the cage match with the steel chair, sniping onion delivery from both of our racers.
uh,
Really, really well played though. Like you got 10 goals in under 1 hour, so that's really good.
yeah, really like the practice is kicking in at this point. I
Yeah.
still have like a lot of big blind sides, like Fist Hell on this board and Golfaria are like the two worst things for me, I would say. And Camouflage, I'm not too comfortable with like I can do that, but it is very slow.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was also a relatively good board for me, I would say.
Yeah, but it was a good board for me because there's 2 onion deliveries and I lost 1 onion delivery.
Yeah, that fist tile is actually a pretty quick one if you learn the game a little bit, and
Yeah.
yeah, one level can be finished pretty quickly.
Yeah.
We had like a bingo earlier with like doing the what is it called, the survival mode, like survive till wave 9 or whatever, like the gift requirement. I didn't manage to do it in like 15 minutes in that bingo session, and then I tried to do it casually on my private account, and for like half an hour, and the furthest I've gotten was wave 7. So yeah, I'm not the
Yeah,
biggest.
the gym, the survival gym is a little rough sometimes. Like I did the girl power goal for the first time.
Uh-huh.
And I'm drawing a blank on her name, but she's so bad. She's the worst character. Like her damage output is so low. It takes forever to kill anything. And when you get to the sixth wave, which is how many ways you have to Cat, that's her name, Cat. Yeah, when you get to the sixth wave, that's when werewolves can start spawning.
Oh
And
yeah,
like yeah,
those are the worst.
if you're not cleaning up cleaning those up quickly, they just start jumping at you from a little distance away and start trying to pounce on you, and it's such a pain. And like yeah, just the inability to kill things efficiently as Cat was a real backbreaker. I actually lost on wave 6. It was such a disaster. The arena's rough. Like I've done lots of all gifts run where the goal is where that survive 9 waves in the gym is the gift goal. I have had so many runs where I just die on like wave 8 or 9 and am bleeding out several minutes of time. It's Fistal's rough.
Yeah, it's like together with Star Wars for like the two games that are the hardest that I didn't goal it yet. Like I did Rakshasa and like Onion Delivery, which I would like also consider pretty difficult for a new player. But yeah, Fifth Cell is the game I've played the least, and I'm like very worried when I have to gold or cherry that game. But I have to say, after playing it a little bit more, I sort of get the feeling of the controls, and it's like somewhat fun.
All right, I'm gonna head out. Great game. Thank you.
Yo, thank you for the game. It was really fun, and GG's to you again. And thank you, Spoody, for commentating.
Yeah, I'll get it. I'll have it highlighted and uploaded pretty shortly by the end of the day.
Yep. Thank you. Okay, then see you around, everybody, and bye-bye.
Yeah. See ya.